Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever gone no contact with a narcissistic woman and wondered what's she doing now, or does she even care, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden emotional storm that unfolds when a narcissistic woman loses access to you for an extended period. This isn't gossip, it's psychology, pattern recognition, and empowerment. Stick around because what happens when she can't reach you might surprise you and finally give you the peace you deserve. At first, she won't believe it. No calls, no replies, no emotional reactions. She'll assume you're just upset playing hard to get. She might even feel smug, thinking they'll come crawling back. But as days turn into weeks, that confidence starts to crack. Because for someone who thrives on control, silence isn't peaceful. It's terrifying. Around the 2-week mark, the hoovering begins. A casual, "Hey, how are you?" text, a like on your old photo, a mutual friend suddenly asking about you. These aren't signs of care, they're probes. She's testing your boundaries, fishing for a reaction. If you don't bite, panic quietly sets in. Her supply has gone dark, and she doesn't know how to function without it. By the 1-month mark, her narrative shifts. If she can't reel you back in, she'll rewrite the story. To her friends, she'll say, "I dumped them, they were too clingy," or "they disappeared on me." She reframes your boundary as abandonment, so she can play the victim and protect her ego from the truth. You chose yourself over her chaos. Social media becomes her stage. She'll post photos of new beginnings, luxury trips, or flirtatious captions, all designed to trigger you. She wants you to see her thriving, to feel regret, to wonder, "Did I make a mistake?" But this isn't happiness, it's performance, and every post is a silent scream. "Notice me." If she's in a new relationship, she'll flaunt it aggressively. Not because she's in love, but because she needs you to believe she's moved on. She'll even use her new partner as a prop, cozy couple shots, grand gestures, declarations of finally finding someone who gets me. But behind the scenes, that relationship is already strained, because she's still emotionally stuck on your absence. Her rage simmers beneath the surface. She might vent to mutual friends, calling you cold, ungrateful, or emotionally unavailable, but never toxic or manipulative, because that would require accountability. Instead, she paints you as the villain who abandoned her love. It's tragic, but it's also predictable. She'll start idealizing the past. Suddenly your arguments never happened. She'll text out of the blue saying, "I miss how you used to listen to me." But she doesn't miss you. She misses your empathy, your patience, your willingness to absorb her chaos. She's not nostalgic, she's desperate. If you've blocked her everywhere, she'll find back doors, a new number, a fake account, a message through a family member. She can't stand the silence because it forces her to sit with herself, and that's the one place she refuses to go. Your absence isn't just inconvenient, it's existentially threatening. Over time, she'll cycle through emotions, denial, anger, bargaining, and finally cold detachment, but never true grief. Why? Because she never saw you as a full person. You were a role, the listener, the fixer, the mirror. And when the mirror goes dark, the reflection vanishes. That's not loss. That's identity disruption. Her new supply suffers quietly. She compares them to you. "You're not as understanding. They never made me feel this way." Those comments aren't compliments, they're manipulation. She's keeping you alive in her narrative so she doesn't have to face her own emptiness. Holidays, birthdays, or anniversaries become landmines. She'll reach out with a happy birthday text, not out of love, but to test if you've softened. If you don't respond, she'll feel rejected all over again. But if you do, she'll interpret it as an invitation to re-enter your life. That's why silence is your superpower. She may even pretend to heal, posting about therapy, self-love, or setting boundaries, but it's often performative, a way to seem evolved while subtly signaling, "I'm better now. Maybe you should give me another chance." Real healing is quiet. Hers is curated for an audience, especially you. The longer you stay gone, the more her anger turns inward, then outward. She might lash out at her new partner, friends, or even strangers. Your absence exposes her core wound. She's not in control, and when she can't blame you, she takes it out on whoever's closest. It's a tragic cycle, but it's not your burden to fix. She'll never admit she misses you. Not truly. To do so would mean acknowledging your value, her role in pushing you away, and her own emotional immaturity. Instead, she'll say, "I'm better off," while secretly checking your profiles, rereading old texts, or asking about you through the grapevine. If she's a covert narcissist, her reaction is quieter but just as intense. She'll play the wounded martyr. "I just wanted to love them, but they shut me out." This version of her is more subtle, but equally manipulative. She uses sadness as a weapon to guilt-trip others into validating her. If she's overt, she'll rage publicly, posting vague but pointed quotes, calling you out in group chats, or even smearing your name. Her goal? To damage your reputation so others see you as the abuser. It's a classic narcissistic reversal, but those who truly know you won't be fooled. The irony? Your peace is her prison. While you're sleeping through the night, rebuilding your life, and feeling lighter each day, she's trapped in a loop of control-seeking and emotional hunger. Your freedom highlights everything she lacks: self-awareness, accountability, and genuine connection. She'll never understand why you left. Not really. To her, love is transactional. "I gave you attention, so you owe me loyalty." She can't grasp that real love doesn't demand obedience, so she'll assume you left because you're broken, not because she was unsafe. Over time, she may move on for real, but only after exhausting every option to pull you back. And even then, a part of her will always wonder, what if they were right? But she'll bury that thought deep, because facing it would mean dismantling her entire self-image. Your no contact isn't cruelty, it's clarity. And that clarity is what unravels her. Every day you stay gone is a quiet testament to your strength, and every day she spends without your validation is a step closer to her own reckoning, whether she admits it or not. She might try to apologize months later, but it's rarely sincere. It's strategic. She's lonely, bored, or her new supply is pulling away. Her "I'm sorry" is really "I need you again." Don't confuse desperation with growth. Real change doesn't come in convenient waves. If you ever doubt your decision, remember this: she's not suffering because you hurt her. She's suffering because she can't use you anymore. And that's not your loss, it's your liberation. Her silence after months of no contact? It's not peace, it's resignation. She's accepted you're gone, but not because she's healed, because she's found a new source. And that's the cycle. You were never the exception. You were just the latest chapter. The most powerful thing you can do: keep living well, travel, laugh, build, love on your terms. Because nothing terrifies a narcissist more than seeing their discard thrive without them. Your joy is your revenge, and it's the healthiest kind. She'll never give you the closure you deserve, but you don't need it. Closure comes from within, from knowing you chose your sanity over her chaos. And that choice? It's worth more than any apology she could fake. If she reaches out after a year, don't be fooled by the time gap. Narcissists don't heal with time. They rotate. She's not contacting you because she's changed. She's contacting you because her current situation is failing. Protect your peace like the treasure it is. Your independence is her nightmare. While she's chasing validation, you're building a life rooted in self-respect. And that contrast, it's the ultimate truth she can't ignore, no matter how hard she tries. She may tell others you abandoned her, but those who've seen her patterns will understand, and those who don't, their opinion doesn't matter. Your freedom isn't up for public vote. The longer you're gone, the more her stories about you shift. First, you were crazy. Then, ungrateful. Now maybe even toxic. She has to keep rewriting history to justify your absence, because the truth would shatter her. She'll never admit you were right, but she'll start mimicking your boundaries with others. Ironic, isn't it? The very thing she punished you for, she'll now use to protect herself. But without the self-awareness, it's just another mask. Your healing is invisible to her, but it's everything to you. While she's stuck in the past, You're writing a new future. And that's the real victory. You didn't just leave her. You came home to yourself. She might send a thinking of you message on a hard day, not because she cares, but because she assumes you still care about her. That's the arrogance of narcissism. Believing your empathy is endless, even after betrayal. Don't romanticize what you had. What felt like love was often manipulation wrapped in charm. Real love doesn't leave you confused, drained, or doubting your worth. You deserve better, and you're proving it by staying gone. Her attempts to reconnect will get more creative over time. I saw this and thought of you. My therapist said I should make amends. I just want to be friends. But friendship with a narcissist is just another form of access. Say no and mean it. The day you stop wondering what is she doing is the day you're truly free. Your energy is yours again. Spend it on people who honor it, not those who drain it. She'll never understand the depth of your pain, but that's not your job to fix. Your healing isn't about her comprehension, it's about your liberation. If she's in your family, the dynamic is harder, but the principle is the same. Limited or no contact isn't rejection, it's self-preservation, and you're allowed to protect your peace, even from blood. Her public persona may seem unshaken, but privately, your absence leaves a void she fills with new distractions, not real healing, and distractions always fade. You are not responsible for her loneliness. You are responsible for your wholeness, and every boundary you hold is a brick in your fortress of peace. She may claim you changed, but you didn't. You just stopped pretending. And that authenticity, it's the one thing she can't control. Your silence speaks louder than any argument ever could. It says, I value myself too much to return to chaos. She'll never thank you for leaving, but one day you'll thank yourself. And that's the only gratitude that matters. The narcissistic woman doesn't lose you. She loses access to her emotional crutch, and that's not your tragedy. It's her opportunity, if she ever chooses to take it. Your life after her isn't just better, it's real. No masks, no performances, no walking on eggshells, just you finally free. Don't fear her smear campaigns. Truth has a way of surfacing, and those who matter will see through the smoke. She may never change, but you already have. And that's enough. Your peace is non-negotiable. Guard it fiercely. Nurture it daily. Let it be your compass. One day, you'll mention her name and feel nothing. No anger, no sadness, just neutrality. And that's when you'll know you're free. Until then, be gentle with yourself. Healing isn't linear, but every day, without her is a vote for your future self. You are not broken. You were in a broken dynamic, and you had the courage to walk away. That's not the end. It's your rebirth. Thanks so much for watching, friends. If this resonated, drop a comment below. I read every one. And if you're on your healing journey, know this. You're not alone. You're seen. You're worthy. And your no contact, it's not coldness, it's your homecoming. Stay strong, stay kind to others, but especially to yourself. You've got this.